So hello guys, welcome back to another video in our channel. Welcome back to our video today. There's a lot that has happened in Chelsea's update, and I just want to talk about because there's a lot that is happening in the transfer window, so much that you cannot actually you can't actually quantify what is happening because a lot of news is flying here, a lot of news is flying there, a lot of changes, and I've really wanted to consolidate this video, especially since we are entering the transfer window is closed, and now Chelsea will have to make with the squad that they have in the Club World Cup. There's a lot to talk about in this video, from the Maignan deal to Petrovic situation, all the way to the deal with Jamie Gittens, and as well as Liverpool, who have broken the transfer record but signing Florian Wirtz for around 150 million euros, as well as the Club World Cup, the games in the Club World Cup, the preview of the Club World Cup, and there's just a lot to talk about. And I want to take this opportunity to ask you that if you are new to this channel, if this is your first time in this channel, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, as I want to get right into my first topic of discussion today that is going to leave you with a lot of questions with regards to how we are looking to actually set up our team. And let me just go directly into the topic of discussion today. And what I want to talk about first is the I want to talk about Mike Maignan, who was supposed to be signed as Chelsea number one goalkeeper. Now, one thing that really fascinates me about Chelsea is that Chelsea were taking this deal so weakly. And I've done an in-depth analysis on Mike Maignan, but what I have to say is that Chelsea have really, really taken this signing so weakly. And Mike Maignan is that player who you know that Chelsea need. Last season, Sanchez made 5 huge errors leading to goal, and some of those errors costed Chelsea at least 10 points in last season. So if probably Chelsea have 10 points, they have 79 points. They finished second in the Premier League last season, but Chelsea ended up finishing fourth. And a goalkeeper who's strong, and we know very well the way Maresca prefers a ball playing goalkeeper. And Maignan is a better overall ball playing goalkeeper, a passer of the ball, than Robert Sanchez. But what did we get? The club failed to agree on a 4 million difference, 4 million difference. But they are willing to increase 10 million extra to sign Jamie Gittens, who's a raw talent. You see, some of these things makes you question the sporting director. Maresca has attained Champions League football. Maresca has won a cup. Why don't you back your manager in the transfer window? Why don't you give your manager the kind of players that he wants, that he needs in the transfer window? Everybody has been calling out that we need to sign a world-class goalkeeper, that we need to sign a world-class goalkeeper. The way Enzo Maresca wants to play and likes to play is by having his goalkeeper dropping deep and being an extra player during build-up. But what is happening now is that Maresca is not being backed. His system and his philosophy of play is under question, because how is Maresca going to play his positional play football with a goalkeeper who's not comfortable with the ball at his feet? People can argue that Sanchez had a good end of the season, but again, we still cannot forget the earlier days of the season. And the question is, are we expecting Sanchez to maintain his good form throughout next season? That's a huge question. But just that doesn't have just to go to Robert Sanchez, because we also have a huge news that is coming out. And I just want to share this news. And this news is going to really break the heart of some of you guys. And this is what has just come out, and I'm really I'm really, really sad about the situation that we find ourselves. So, what we are getting is that Petrovic has been left out in Chelsea's Club World Cup squad. And what we are also getting is that Petrovic has been left out, and now Chelsea will have to go into the market to go into the Club World Cup without Petrovic, as Chelsea are planning to sell Petrovic. Now, Chelsea stalled on a 4 million deal for Maignan, and we thought that, okay, probably Petrovic is going to come back and start playing for us. But no, even the best goalkeeper that we have, they are selling. So you ask yourself, what logic is the directors and the what logic is the directors and other people at Chelsea using by keeping Robert Sanchez and selling one of our best goalkeepers, Petrovic? It's so bad. It's so bad hearing what is happening. And I just don't have to say that that is the only thing that really annoys me. What annoys me is that Petrovic was voted as the best player at Strasbourg and actually voted as probably the best goalkeeper in Ligue 1. So who is making these decisions at Chelsea? Are Chelsea looking now to capitalize on Petrovic's good form to try and sell him and make money in the transfer window? Is this what is happening? Is this what is happening at Chelsea Football Club? Are Chelsea now looking to use Petrovic's form and Petrovic's brilliance to make money in the transfer window? Because this does not actually make sense. Petrovic, I was so optimistic about him. I knew that he was going to come. I knew that we were going to have a competent goalkeeper. And now we don't have that goalkeeper, and we are getting all manner of stories with regards to Petrovic. And when you look at Petrovic overall, you see a goalkeeper who's even way better than Robert Sanchez. But now you have a goalkeeper who nobody trusts at Chelsea. He's not going to be used as Chelsea's next goalkeeper. And now Chelsea have been left in a situation where they cannot even look to improve their squad. Another thing that I have to talk about is that the sporting directors are really letting us down. We thought that getting Champions League football will make Chelsea move like a strong team in the transfer window, but that is not the case. Chelsea are being shafted outside here with other teams. Look at Manchester City. Manchester City have made they have spent 108 million pounds, and they have solidified three key positions: defensive midfield, attacking midfield, and left back. Now you're telling me that you're going to go into next season with Delap as our starting striker and Robert Sanchez. So how do you expect the team to progress? How are we expecting the team to move from where they were? This is so terrible. This is so terrible coming from the sporting directors. And then also another thing I have to talk about when I'm talking about this Chelsea team is that we are seeing even a situation where the club, and I have to say this thing about AC Milan. I have to say this about AC Milan. We really, really helped AC Milan. We helped AC Milan. We have been with AC Milan. We helped AC Milan with Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, João Felix, Giroud, games with us. Why is this so? Why are we getting humiliated with the club who we have supported? We have given them the best players we've got. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. And then I have updates. I have updates on Gittens. I have updates on Gittens. Seems we're also not going to land him during this transfer window. And this is the situation that we're actually getting ourselves into. Let me just share the screen. What Fabrizio Romano is saying. Borussia Dortmund keep rejecting Chelsea's bids for Jamie Gittens, but the negotiations will continue also beyond the Club World Cup window. Chelsea want Jeremy Gittens, and the player wants the move as he agreed a contract until June 2032. Now you see these long contracts. These are the things that Chelsea like. They like signing young role players for long contracts. And why would you go even to spend around 50 million pounds on Gittens when you have players like Liao and Nico Williams readily available? Why don't you just go and get Liao and Nico Williams? These players are there. Why don't you just go and get them instead of getting an unproven player? Because in my opinion, do I have the belief on Gittens to come in and just shine? No. He may be a good player, and this is a Joe Shield signing, but we not learned by spending 85 million on Mudryk, who has given Chelsea absolutely nothing. Now we are going to spend another 65 million, 70 million on another winger who's young, who's raw. These kinds of things are what really pisses me off about this club, because we have the opportunity to sign players such as Nico Williams, players such as we have players such as Nico Williams, such as Rafael Liao, who is so shining in that Nations League final. But you're not acting to sign these players. You're still walking around deals. We are still looking to not commit ourselves to actually sign the best players for ourselves. And this is making me annoyed because we are not hitting our full potential in the transfer window, and we are not looking to actually solidify our position as a strong team in this transfer window. And this is making me so sad. Now, one thing that I also have to say is that with Gittens, I understand where Chelsea are coming from. They want to sign a young player. They want to sign a player who is so this really happy about when it comes to the way Chelsea are looking to move in this transfer window. But one thing that really fascinates me and shows me a club that is ready to compete, a club that is super strong, ready to compete. They don't want to joke around, and that is Liverpool. Liverpool Football Club have broken the transfer record, 150 million euros for Florian Wirtz. 150 million euros for Florian Wirtz. In my opinion, is that a good signing? It is a good signing, but I think the player has been heavily overspent. This is a player who they have heavily overspent on. And in my opinion, this is not something that Liverpool should have actually spent that amount of money. But again, you do understand that Liverpool are playing like, if we don't sign him, probably next season we don't win the league. And probably we don't know what might happen next season. And maybe we can even have young, exciting teams like Chelsea probably doing something, or Manchester City, and then him going to those clubs instead of Liverpool. So Liverpool have paid a lot of money for him. He is a good player. He's not a great player. He is a good player. But I really think that money, that sum is so much. But again, the same people who always blame Chelsea for spending money to sign players are the same people who are breaking the transfer record. Remember, Chelsea would have not paid for 115 million for Caicedo if Liverpool did not put a bid for 100 million for Caicedo. So if Liverpool didn't put a bid for that amount of money for Caicedo, Chelsea would have probably paid 80 million for Caicedo. But what happened? Liverpool put a bid of 100 million and then failed to pay up. Now Liverpool have put a bid of 150 million. So Jamie Carragher and Stevie Nicol and all those Liverpool pundits who like to wank and how Liverpool is a very well managed club. Liverpool don't like to spend a lot of money. I really want to see what they are going to say, because Liverpool have spent 150 million euros on one player. Interesting. It's a lot of interesting stories. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this video. I've tried to do a recording, and I really want to go and add some equipments. Thank you so much for staying with us, and let's see you in our next video. Bye.